Used to drink a lot of coffee. I still drink a lot of coffee. But I'm on a tea kick right now. Like, I'm on a loose leaf, like, fancy, foofy, na-na. Like, spoon it out of the bag, put it in the little cagey thing, and boop, 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 right into the mug, and add a little sugar, and you're good to go. What's up, guys? It's Trevor with High Desert Tactical, and I figured I'd do a quick video, and it's probably not going to be a quick video. It's probably going to be me BSing like usual, but I just wanted to share something with you guys. Today, I got my... I'm trying to, like, figure out how to hold this without giving away, like, too much of my information. I got my United States of America Department of Transportation and Federal Aviation Administration pilots, remote pilots certificate. So as of today or yesterday, I'm completely legal to fly my drone commercially and get paid to do it. If you want to fly one of those and make money at it, you will need the remote pilot's certificate in order to do it legally. And you can get in a lot of trouble if you don't. So I've been using remote control airplanes, remote control cars, and drones for a long time, probably since 2008. I got into, like, race drones. Like, this is one of my race drone frames. I got a race drone hanging on my wall that I fly, but I can't reach it. Here, let me get it. This is my drone, my race drone. This puppy was a gift by a friend of mine, Ryan, who's like I have a blast flying with him, but he gave me this one. I have a couple other things that I've built. I got a big one that I've built myself, but it's not race drone. What started to make this be like super crazy is in the last few years, or quite a few years, people have been able to strap cameras onto the remote control airplanes, quadcopters, things like that. That's like the new thing. And obviously the government and people get kind of nervous about that, because now you're able to, like, fly somewhere, fly your quadcopter somewhere, and, like, scope out stuff and not be where you should be, or looking at things you should technically not be looking at, like spying. And in order to, like, get a hold of all this and, like, control it, the FAA has started, like, new laws and regulations making it where people that want to be able to fly quadcopters and, like, video assisted aircraft, you have to follow a lot of rules and regulations. You can't make any money whatsoever legally. Like, I almost undoubtedly know that people fly their crap and get paid when they're not supposed to. And there's a lot of people on YouTube that probably fly their drones and put them on their YouTube channels, get paid by YouTube, and don't realize that that's technically illegal too. Like, I'm always the guy that gets caught if I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. So I just kind of follow the rules and stay out of trouble as best as I can. So getting my Part 107 was a daunting task, and I wanted to share my experience getting it and some of the things that I found interesting, difficult, discouraging, and kind of encouraging that I figured I would share with you guys so you kind of would see how I did it. First of all, if you, like, look up Part 107 or remote pilot certificate courses, people are all over the place saying that you need to take their course. You need to pay anywhere from $200 to $500 for, like, a 5 or 10-day course that you do online. They guarantee that you'll pass. And then when you pay all that, take the classes, and then you go to take your license test or your certificate test at a certificate center, you got to pay $150 out of your pocket. If you fail, you're out the $150, have to wait a month, and then if you're really dedicated, you do it again and try to pass again. That was, like, extremely intimidating to me by far. I don't do well with tests. I'm not, like, the biggest test taker on the planet. I don't just read stuff and just take tests and pass. It's like, you ask me to do something, I can do it. Like, you teach me how to do it, I could totally do it. I'll do it right. I'll do it the way I'm supposed to. But if you sit there and you're like, go read this book, read all about the things that we want you to know how to do, go take this test, then come and show us that you can do it, I would fail the test. I started researching on how to figure out to get the information that I needed to learn to take the test. I was getting really close where I was going to have to, I was thinking, you know, in order to you know, I have a company that's based around photography and videography now that I just started 2 months ago, and now I'm completely, fully self-employed. I need this. I can't screw around. I work by myself. I don't have a partner or anybody that has their Part 107 that I can kind of lean on when I need it. We don't have that around here in Central Oregon, and so like I need this. But I need to be able to do it financially safely for me, because I got to still pay my bills and my house payment and stuff like that. I started Googling first, like free drone study guides and things like that. And I found, ironically, I knew who he was because I watch his videos and I've, have a couple of his books, but Tony Northrup does a free drone certificate study guide that is extremely helpful. It doesn't cover everything, and some of the stuff he covers, depending on how you get your test, is not in the test, and so then you're kind of missing information, but it gets you on the right path, because that was the problem with me, is I wasn't sure where to go find information to study to take this test. I was just kind of guessing. I even went to the testing center where I was going to take my test and asked them for like study information, and they basically told me, oh yeah, we just supply the test, and you could go to Facebook and like look up this drone school in Central Oregon, and like I looked it up, and their Facebook looked like it hasn't been used since like 2005, and they were like wanting $300, and I just was like, I'm not gonna pay $300 and then $150 more to take a test. Like I can't do it, especially when it's like something that where I could literally walk right in there and take a test and pay for it. And so like I gotta figure out how to study for this. So Tony's video was extremely helpful. I had one friend that had his remote pilot's certificate or Part 107, and so he kind of showed me what he read, and his stuff he sent me from like a lawyer that helps people. It's really weird, like an attorney that helps like pilots and stuff, and he had a study guide, and it read like stereo instructions, and I just don't work well like that. I need a little bit more substance to my study guides, but that got me in the right path, because I would read through, it was all broke up in chapters and subjects, so I was able to look at the subjects and like be like, okay, so weather is part of the test, airspace is part of the test, like safety rules are part of the test. And so I gathered up my own information, and I could totally talk about this if people are interested in it. If you want to know like how I like gathered my information, I'd even share my study information with you. Comment down below in the video, or if you have like questions that you want a little bit more elaboration on, you can email me. My email is in the About Me section of my channel, and I'll totally be happy to help you with it as best as I can. I studied for 2 weeks, and I'm still like uncertain to like, I could totally be studying the wrong information and go take this test, and they'll be talking about something I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So I was really paranoid. But again, I go back to the Tony Northrup. If you want to see his channel, or him and I think it's his wife's channel, it's Tony and Chelsea Northrup on YouTube, and they do some really good photography stuff and a lot of drone information. They talk about all kinds of drones that are great, from beginner level all the way up to like full-blown professional cinematography type stuff, and he's like very informative, and he's one of my favorite people to follow on YouTube and Facebook. I just kind of kept relying on his study guide, which is like, the video is 1 hour and 44 minutes long. I would go back and just kind of skim through it, and I studied for 2 weeks, and I finally you have to like schedule a few days ahead of time. I scheduled like a week ahead of time, and I finally go in, I take the test, and I passed with an 87%, which you have to get a 70, I think. Which is, so 87 is extremely good for me. I was literally thinking I was either going to fail epically or I was going to pass by the skin of my teeth, which was okay. I don't care. I just wanted to get this license so I can kind of get my business to where I want it and be able to say yes when a customer asks, do you have this service? Yes, I do. So 87%, super big victory. I have got my license. So I'm like super stoked. I'm like on par. I'm insured, and everything's ready to go. So now I have my Part 107 or my remote pilot certificate, and I'm ready to start rocking and rolling with my business, which is already going, but I'm just super stoked that I got it, and I wanted to share this information with you guys and like just talk about my experience getting it. Now, if you guys want to go and pay for one of those online classes, I totally encourage you to. If you have the finances and you see the value in that, absolutely do it. I think it's like the ground pilot school. Don't quote me on this, but this is something that you should look for, actually, is if you go to one of these sites and you want to pay for the class, make sure that they give you lifetime assistance. That was one thing that almost swayed me that direction, was I was like, if I'm going to pay like $300 for your class, like I want access to your guys' material for the rest of my life. And a few of them offer it, where they offer lifetime membership, lifetime access. If the FAA changes things, they are supposed to update their information so you'll be as current as possible. So that investment is a really good investment. And who knows, like if I ever start rolling in the dough and start getting like slush money, I don't know if slush money is even an appropriate term, extra money, extra income, I'm probably going to sign up for that, because it'll be nice to have, because my license is only good for 24 months. And then I got to go back and take the test again. And like, who knows what will change. I'll have to probably go through a whole nother 2-week process of like trying to find updated information online on my own, and then pray to God that I'm reading the right stuff. So that's how Trevor at High Desert Tactical became a certified remote pilot by the FAA in the state of Oregon. I hope you found that informative. If you have any questions, comment down below or shoot me an email. Other than that, you guys take care, be safe, and I will catch you later.